So some early intrigue here as we've reached the end of the first quarter. 3-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you and you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. And they've got it here with a first down.
That's fine. Yeah. Well. Get reset. Hey, easy. Hey, where y'all going? 319 on.
Montgomery back to the ground. And he's got room.
Offside. Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. Notice that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5.
Get reset. Hey, easy. That's fine, yeah.
Following the penalty, Montgomery. Great move. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Offside. Defense.
And yes, they want the point, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. Crosby with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it was all capped on the touchdown run by Ty Montgomery. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field and down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment. Defense.
A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap, jump too quickly.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. It's a gain of 3, and it sets him up with 2nd and just 2 yards to go.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half. Some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. Hits his target, it's Taylor Gabriel. Part of the reason they're here, no doubt, was his big performance in the NFC title game, and that's his first catch of the Super Bowl. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Yeah, for the throw here, that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain.
Offside, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah,
Still first
offsides,
down.
easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options.
Set up. 180.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. Now Trubisky lost the football, and this is going to be Packer football.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Out comes Ty Montgomery and the rest of his offensive mates to take over. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
4 down. Oko over here.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. It's Adams. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a 1st down for him, too.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
They go play action for Montgomery, and now Rodgers. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Leonard Floyd in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Well, that was an interesting little chess match there because the offense went empty set. No running backs in the backfield, so they're trying to get people out into a route pretty quickly. But guess what? The defense sees that, They go ahead and move themselves into a blitzing situation and come right after the quarterback. They had more guys there than they could block.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be fourth down. And Crosby puts it through, and that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they thought they were in striking distance. And to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty. They go with Howard again. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
It looks way too easy right now. 2 carries, 2 straight first down runs. The eyes are carrying the legs to the proper hole, but they're being created by an offensive line who has the leverage game going for him right now. Lower than the defensive front, creating space, and he's finding it
Offside.
in a big way.
Defense.
Gotta love what they're doing on offense right now.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take
Still
a whole
first down.
lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. Trubisky with a give to Howard. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Call it a gain of a couple there as it'll leave them with a 2nd and just 3.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10, so now they can keep grinding out first downs and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
Encroachment, defense.
And a movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Burton. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Trubisky finding the former Eagle Burton for the Chicago first. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Trubisky will come up here 1st and 10, and he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Over the middle. That's caught by Miller. He takes it to the 15. A nice display of power. That gives him a nice pickup.
Offside. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. Throwing here, Trubisky. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. It's Adams. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an... important 3rd down.
Hey, check 26.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And Adams has it, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Rodgers now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
Hey, check 26.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. To the 40 and no further. The razzle-dazzle, though, got him a couple extra on the play. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Here's Rodgers looking to throw on 2nd down. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Rodgers to Cobb, good for a Green Bay 1st.
Hey, check 26. Jump out. Hey, check 26. Hey, check 26.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cobb. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Jump out.
Rodgers to throw once more. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Cobb. And he is out of bounds just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Hey, check 26.
Rodgers again now. Buying time to his left. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him to first. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And Crosby puts it through. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit. And it's the Redskins who have the lead in that one. Alex Smith, 4 touchdown passes. From there, we'll head down to the Big Easy. Check on the Saints at home at the Superdome. And at this point, they trail the visiting Atlanta Falcons. 2 touchdown passes there for the former MVP, Matt Ryan. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And it's the visiting Jets who have the lead in that one. The Jets try and hold on and claim victory. In our game has been Aaron Rodgers, who was on target in the first half. His guys have the lead on the road at Soldier Field as we get you back to the Windy City and Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Bullock out now to kick this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
You reset. Hey, easy. Hey, where y'all going?
Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving.
False start, offense.
And that'll set them back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Looking to throw on second down. Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Rodgers hands to Montgomery. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 41.
Get reset. Hey, easy. Hey. No.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
Not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Reset. Hey, easy.
On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up 4th down.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed them for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
Over the middle, complete. It's Adams. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. They were caught in no man's land that time, but the decision to go for it, that was the right one. It's a first down.
Let's go, come on.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of balls.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks, because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
To throw is Rodgers. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Touchdown, Packers. In for the score. And the Packers add on to their lead. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. Now Crosby for the point after. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give them set.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They pitch it out to Montgomery, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They got the ball to the outer third of the field, but they could not seal that edge and lost yardage.
And I love how you brought that up, because sealing the edge is often a function of the offensive tackle on the line of scrimmage, oftentimes a tight end, maybe your H-back, someone to set the edge at the line of scrimmage to give them a spot to get to. If you're not able to do that, you
through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Packers continue to roll.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point try now for Crosby. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that will extend this big lead. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
We go.
On 1st down, Trubisky throwing the out route incomplete. That's Robinson. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works a defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing. And they got it done.
Trubisky draw play, gives to Howard. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. You got to keep pounding away.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 15. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Ty Montgomery and the offense getting set for their next drive. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground, of course. He has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the 3rd quarter. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery, and they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Adams. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
He'll drop to throw. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Akeem Hicks, as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. Here's J.K. Scott now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And taken right at the 35. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
He'll get 3 up to midfield. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You foresee incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The Bears on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And the penalty makes this a much more manageable 3rd down, 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2. Now Trubisky. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. Earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Ha-ha, Clinton Dix there for the stop.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Ty Montgomery and the rest of his offensive mates to take over. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
Flex round! Flex round!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Forced out to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense. And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Over the middle, complete. It's Adams. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good gain before he's taken down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Ohio! Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio! Hut! Hut!
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away but could not. The Packers on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio!
Back to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10.
Ohio! 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 Ohio!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
They'll drop the throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Leonard Floyd in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got Adams on the hookup. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Crosby with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That throw good for 4. It's second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Hang on, you see it? You see it?
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On second down, here's Trubisky. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. Open man is Miller. He's got it. Trubisky now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Looking to throw again, Trubisky. They'll set up the screen to Howard. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage. We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Robinson. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Out comes Devontae Adams in the offense for their next drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Flex round! Flex round!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's brought down. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is, because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.